Glitch 6 happened over this past weekend, and it was the second major I have been to for Smash Ultimate, and I wanted to obviously recap it because I always do that on my channel. So Glitch 6, amazing 2-day event in Laurel Park, Maryland, the new Xanadu. It was absolutely fantastic. I entered 3 events, being doubles with MVD, yes we still team, singles, and Squad Strike, so I wanted to go over all those. But in order for you guys to understand how jam-packed my weekend was, I do want to talk about the time. I want to talk about it in chronology as opposed to event by event. So let us go with Saturday morning. As an overview, I had doubles at 11 a.m., singles at 12:30, Squad Strike at 2, commentary at 3:30, doubles and Squad Strike at 5 for the remaining day, and then singles all of Sunday. So it was a jam-packed schedule. So first thing we did was play doubles at 11 a.m. and I teamed with MVD as I mentioned, and round 1 we played against Mate and Eggroll or Dirty Eggroll, and they played Ness and Yoshi, and again it was pretty solid, 2-0, not really any struggle there. We move on to play against TK Breezy and Malcolm, the old Brawl Wario main. They were running I think Wii Fit Trainer Wario, and then TK went a different character. I think he went Doc game 2 and Malcolm was still Wario, but we did 2-0 them. Game 2 was actually pretty close as far as I remember, but we did advance 2-0 to then go to winners finals of the pool. We had to play against Pelka and Light, both New England, Pelka playing Snake, Light playing Fox. That set was actually incredibly close. We lose game 1, game 2 was really close as far as I remember, and game 3 was even closer, and MVD had this ridiculous confirm that killed Pelka at like 50% with like back throw grenade up air on the platform of Kalos or Kalos, I still don't know how you say it, and we actually ended up winning that to advance out of the pools into winners quarters, and that was going to be it for the pools, so let us continue to the next event. Round 1 of singles, I played against Yars Revengerison, or however you say that, actually a Lucas main that did pretty well. Game 1, I think it was last stock, but game 2 I did fairly well, so I did advance 2-0. Round 2, I played against Smitty, and as far as I remember, I didn't record this because I'm the worst. I think he was a Palutena main, I might be wrong about that, it's totally possible that I'm wrong about that, but I did advance 2-0. Next up, I played against Unknown, a Wolf main from New Jersey, and he actually won game 1, then I kind of handled it in game 2 pretty easily, and then game 3 was incredibly close. I think I won with about 50 to 60%, an incredibly close set. You know, after playing Seagull Joe at the weekly before, I thought all wolves played a specific way, but Unknown's wolf played so different, and I wasn't ready for it, but I did end up winning that 2-1, kind of surviving a scare, but that scare was not going to be actually just a fear, it was going to be reality, as I lost to Squirk 2-0 in the winners finals of my pool, his Yoshi. I played him at Pound 2016 a long time ago. I think I played him one more time when I went to MDVA. He was such a good player, and obviously I have been talking very highly of Yoshi pretty much since this game has come out. I had 2 videos saying he's incredibly strong, put him in top 10, made a video about him. I knew this character was strong, but he played him in such a different way than I was, and you know, yes, I did mess up some things, but I'm sure he did too. He just played incredibly well, and honestly just kind of beat me. Like, I feel like I didn't like mess up too heavily. Like, yeah, I dropped some combos, but he actually dropped some conversions and some kill combos that he should have got, and then he ended up getting them again. He just played really well, he out-neutraled me, he played incredibly well, did really well for the rest of the tournament, but I did drop into loser's bracket, which made my Sunday a lot longer. I had Squad Strike, and so I actually played against Ari, Jay, and Ronan. I don't remember who they played, but I 2-0'd them in Squad Strike. I was mostly running Pikachu, Yoshi, and Samus, although I did go Pichu a couple of times, especially earlier in the bracket and at the very end. But either way, not very difficult, just kind of raffle stomped everybody because I'm kind of godlike at this game, so I advanced into the top 32. At 5 p.m. we resumed doubles, and we had to play winners quarters against J-Tails and Nairo, and this was on stream, and we actually kind of got bodied against, I think it was Lucina Ness. We just really didn't get anything started. It was really awkward for me to get past J-Tails or you know, Nairo if either of them were aggressing onto MVD Snake. It was just difficult for me to really deal with either of them. I really didn't like those tools because in both of those matchups I kind of camp, and so if I have to run at my opponents, it is a little bit more difficult to get anything started. So unfortunately we were split into 2 1v1s, and I did not like either of them, and so we ended up losing that 2-0. Something to note is that top 32 of Squad Strike and top 16 of doubles was all happening at the same time, so I was going back and forth between them. But in top 32 of Squad Strike, I did play against Mog, who formerly known as Zage or Zage, the Pac-Man player from Smash 4, and in this game he was playing Pac-Man and both Belmonts, and he actually gave me a lot of trouble since I've never played against a high-level Belmont before, and I didn't know how to deal with down B, but you know, after game 1 I kind of figured it out, and I did win that 2-1 pretty solidly after game 1, so I wasn't particularly scared, but that was my closest set for a very long time. So in Knocked Into Losers, we played against Promelia and Iota, Chrom and Wario team. I think they were Chrom Ridley game 1 and then went Wario game 2. We kind of just beat them fairly handily as far as I remember, not too much difficulty. Edgeguarding the Ridley, edgeguarding the Chrom, edgeguarding the Wario. You know, I think game 2 they started to come back a little bit, but that was was after we were up like 4 stocks to like 1.5 or like high percent both of them, so it wasn't particularly difficult. So we do advance into top 8, where we ended up having to play against Ryuga and Mysterico, which was 2-1. Game 1 was not close as far as I remember. Game 2 was fairly close, or rather, yeah, it was fairly close, but they won, and then Game 3 started off really strong with me getting a really early edgeguard on Mysterica, and we kind of had that momentum from there, even though Ryuga did kill me very early with a nair down air. So either way, we did do fairly well in that to advance. In winners quarterfinals, I had to play against Jojay, who was playing me, Brawler, Inkling, and Ike, which was a very interesting combination, and I was still running Pika, Samus, Yoshi, and again, not too much trouble then. I think I 3-stocked him game 1 with Pikachu, and then game 2 we did take stock off of my Pika with me, Brawler, at first, but then I cleaned up with my second character, I'm pretty sure, to advance into top 8 winners. In winners semifinals, I had to play against SDX, the Smash 4 Mewtwo main, and he was actually running Mewtwo, Lucina, and Inkling in his Inkling. Nice though, but I did win that too. I'm pretty sure game 1 was incredibly close, although I do not think game 2 was, or one of the games was close, one of the games wasn't close. So I threw 2-0'd him because top 8, or top 4 was only 3 out of 5, and so I do advance into winners finals, where I had to play against 8-Bit Man actually, because he upset Leo in winners semis, so we'll take those, but I did have to play some doubles matches before that. In losers quarterfinals of doubles, we had to play against Dark Wizzy and Salem, who we had lost to twice in bracket at the local the day before, but we were able to clutch it out this time. We played very solidly, we just got a bunch of our kills, we got edge guards, we were communicating way better. You know, me and MVD haven't put a lot of time into doubles in this game, so just having like 5 or 6 rounds at a tournament, our teamwork and our synergy and our combos off of each other got so much better, to the point where it was very noticeable that we were playing much better than the day before. So we do take that 2-0 to advance into loser semifinals and a run back against Nairo and J-Tails. I was so uncomfortable against this team that I actually talked to MVD, and I never do this in doubles seriously. It'll be like for Troll, be like, oh, I'm gonna go a different character. But this time I was like, Jesse, I think I should go Yoshi. I think that's a better idea. I'll be able to support you, I'll be able to do all these things, and I'll be able to jump around the opponents as opposed to having to barrel my way through with Pikachu, and I think this will be better. And he agreed, and we demolished them. We 3-0'd them. I was able to do so much. I got edge guards, I got combos, I was able to help MVD a lot due to the fact that I could throw eggs. It was just amazing what I could do for him in that scenario. So we do end up winning that 3-0 very confidently. Nairo actually ended up going Palutena game 3, and it did not really matter. We just did so well, and we played amazing to advance into losers finals versus Tweek and Cosmos. And man, that set was so close. It was a heartbreaker for me and MVD. It was game 5. You know, game 1 I went Yoshi, and I think I killed him early out of a roller even after I hit a Cosmos away, because I just kind of panicked and I meant to forward tilt and I forward smashed and I killed him, which was really unfortunate, and so that game was kind of lost. Games 2 and 3 and 4 were all very close as far as I remember, but we won 2 of them, and then they won another one, and then game 5, it's so back and forth. It was left and right. Tweek actually ended up going Young Link after game 3 because we won game 2 and 3. So Tweek went Young Link game 4 and then 1, and then game 5 we started to get a little bit of a better thing, but then a couple times, you know, MVD ended up hitting me with a C4 or a throw off stage that led to so much damage and such bad positioning for us, and I was fully inked, so I took so much more damage, which is so ridiculous that Inkling does that in doubles. You know, as a little addendum to my doubles video, Inkling is so strong in doubles, oh my god, because of that ink mechanic. It is ridiculous. But either way, unfortunately, we did lose that 3-2, very, very close games to get 3rd at glitch doubles, and considering now, you know, we learned so much from it, knowing that Yoshi is a viable secondary for doubles, and, you know, again, our combos are getting better, and just everything about this game, we're just getting slowly more refined and more refined, which is amazing for us in doubles because our synergy is now starting to be able to shine through, and we will be menaces moving forward. When I played against 8-Bit Man, I was running Pikachu, Yoshi, and Samus games 1 and 2, and I kind of stomped him games 1 and 2. It was not particularly close, and so game 3, as kind of like me being a jerk, because I've known 8-Bit Man for a very long time, we're Florida homies, you know, I did go Pichu, and he actually ended up taking that game, you know, in one of them, because I didn't have my Pikachu, which was my strongest character, obviously. And then game 4, I ended up going back to Pikachu. He actually won as Jigglypuff against my Pikachu, because his team was Jigglypuff, Rob, and Inkling, and so he actually beat my Pikachu with Puff, but I ended up winning the rest of that game, and so I do advance into grand finals, where I ended up playing against MKLeo in arguably the best set of Smash Ultimate that I have seen, and especially that I have been a part of. This set was so good. 2 game 5 sets, absolutely just jaw-dropping, so close, so intense. I loved playing against Leo. Game 1 I actually went Samus, Yoshi, Pika, and I lost that, and then I swapped out Samus because she can't really deal with sword characters particularly well to Pichu, and I started doing much better. Those sets were so good, I highly recommend you checking them out, but I did lose both sets game 5 to get 2nd in Squad Strike. It was so fun to actually get to play these characters characters in like a tournament format. It was so fun to get to play a player of Leo's caliber in this game with multiple characters. You know, my secondaries, and I felt like I was doing really well versus his Lucina, which is arguably his best character. So I'm just really happy how I was playing. It kind of gave me a lot of motivation for the next day, because obviously I did get upset in singles, you know, in pools, which will happen the rest of tomorrow. So I'm just glad that I did well in that aspect. It was so fun. It gave me so much hope, and God, just watch it, just watch the set. And so Sunday began my long losers bracket, where round 1 I played against Brosidon, another Yoshi, and I actually did the Yoshi Ditto game 1. It was fairly close, but I did win, and then game 2 I went Pika with, like, I had like the stock, or rather the game lead. I wanted to kind of experiment with Pika, see if I could do some things better than I had thought about after my game with Squirk, and I did, and I ended up 2-stocking him game 2, so I was pretty confident after that. After that, I played against Pethorin, or Pathorin, a Snake main, and I 2-0'd him with Samus because I have been using Snake or Samus for the Snake matchup. You know, just pretty solid. He did actually pretty well. I think both games were 1-stock, but I felt confident the entire time going forward, so I did pretty well. Next up, I played against Chrome Kingfisher, a DK, and I'm pretty sure that was 2-0. I think SmashG reported it wrong. He was a DK, and I did end up winning that pretty solidly. I mean, I played against Konga at Don't Park on the Grass, and you know, no offense to Kingfisher, I think Konga is arguably the best DK right now, him or Tweak, and so I had a lot of good experience already playing 2 sets with him, so I ended up winning that, kind of edge guarding him really hard after talking to some top players about the flaws of DK, got some long combos because I'm better at those now, and he just honestly, like, he was playing really well and got a lot of cool stuff on me, but it didn't matter because I always had the lead, and I always had the momentum pretty much the entire game, although game 2 was like last stock 50 or 60%, so, you know, it felt not close in my mind, but in actuality game 2 was quite close. After that, I played against Seagull Joe for 25th, and I did beat him 2-0 just like I did at the weekly before. I think I 3-stocked him game 1, so it was kind of handily won on my part, which is funny because he beat Unknown, the Wolf player that I played in pools right before, and I think I would have had more trouble with Unknown, but Joe, you know, I played him, I beat him, and I advanced farther into the bracket, where I had to play against Juice, the Zero Suit, who ended up beating Dark Wizzy, and me being the Zero Suit Slayer, you know, I just did really well. I think it was a 2-stock and a 1-stock. You know, I did have to learn a little bit of the new things of this game. I know that down smash, down B, like footstool now kills, which is kind of cool, but you know, I avoided grabs and I punished things that I know I can punish because I just have years and years of Zero Suit experience between Brawl and Smash 4, so even though this was my first time playing against Ultimate Zero Suit, most of the things are similar or worse than previous games, so it really wasn't that difficult. No offense to Juice, but just I'm one of the best players at that matchup in the entire world, and it showed in that set. So I advanced into top 16, where I had to play against Cosmos, finally my first 3 out of 5 set, and unfortunately my last. I was up 2-0 in that set. I think Cosmos was playing kind of shaky after losing to 8-Bit Man, and you know, the games 1 and 2 kind of show that he did miss a lot of easy throw confirms, like 40-50% with no ink on me, and he would mess them up, and then you know, I got pretty confident after games 1 and 2. Then game 3 he played way better and kind of was playing really well and just beat me. Game 4 I started dropping some stuff, as well as, you know, Cosmos still playing better like game 3, but I almost had the most ridiculous comeback. I think I was at like 130 on last stock, game 4, and you know, I just brought him to his last stock and I barely lost. Up throw Thunder was like 2% away from killing, and it was kind of tragic, and then I went for like a YOLO Thunder Jolt up smash because I'm me, and then I got punished and I lost. And then game 5 was still very close, but that game I got hit by 2 rollers out of tech chases, and so I did lose that, got reverse 3-0'd by my PG brethren Cosmos. You know, he played really well, ended up losing to Salem unfortunately right after that, but either way I was pretty happy with how I played, considering again my lack of Inkling experience, and just, you know, I feel like I kind of got overconfident and then got in my own head, and I did start messing up, which is unfortunate, but you know, everyone mess ups, and if Cosmos didn't mess up games 1 and 2 a lot, maybe the set would have been closer from the get-go as opposed to having to be a reverse 3-0, so you never really know how that happens, but Glitch overall was an amazing event. Xanadu as a venue is actually fantastic. There's so much space. They had a ballroom also, so there was so much space for all these people, because there was like 600, 700 people there, and it definitely did not feel like it. They had 3 streams, they had multiple stages. It just felt so grand, and it felt grassroots though at the same time, but without sacrificing production. I don't know, everything about that tournament was just amazing, and I highly recommend, if you are in the MDVA area, please go check out Xanadu. Consider going to Pound or other events that will be at that venue, because I'm sure there will be more than just Pound. This event, just so good, you know, future glitches, things like that. But I do want to talk about my, you know, after tournament experience as well, because I feel like I got a lot of good experience for Smash Ultimate, and that is why I'm so confident moving forward. You know, after Salem was knocked out of bracket in top 8, I talked to him and I was like, man, you know, if I beat Cosmos, I would have like slapped you up, it would have been free. And so we ended up money matching 3 times for $50 and then $100 at the end. He won the first money match 3-1, I won the second money match 3-2, and then I won the third money match 3-1 pretty solidly. So I was very happy that I could do so well with one of the game's best at the current moment, you know, especially especially again considering no matchup experience, although, you know, I can't really say that because no one really knows the Pikachu matchup either, but either way, I was very happy to learn that and kind of understand the matchup a lot more. And also, I played a lot of friendlies versus SDX's Mewtwo, so again, I got more experience by playing another high level player, which again, even though I have access to MVD, you know, we play a very small pool of characters overall, and so I really want that more experience from the other players, which is so important to me. I played some friendlies with Tweak, Nairo, and Dark Wizzy as well throughout the weekend, so again, I'm just getting this high level experience, just understanding how to play against characters and just play other top players and understanding how to move more, and because as you have probably noticed, I have been moving a lot more than I used to, kind of understanding general player habits, general characters, and I'm really happy about that because I feel like I'm just absorbing so much information and I'm understanding how to play so well. And you know, Glitch to me was the prep before Genesis, and so I'm going into Genesis full throttle, and I very much so expect to do well, and hopefully I'm not jinxing myself by saying that, but I am very confident going into Genesis, so I hope you can continue to support me as a player, and yeah, I appreciate you watching. As always, Social Media Panda and partner stuff is down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye!